Ahoy there, and welcome back to Hot Springs Island. We had to take 1 week off due to people's brains exploding, but those mushy bits have been placed back into our skulls, and we are indeed functional once again. Let's join the crew. Hello there.
A very quiet scream.
Internal screaming.
You
As
mean my
mentioned.
generic state of mind.
Yes, precisely. As mentioned, it's been a week. Does anyone remember the last thing we looked at before we signed off?
We
I remember
looked
being
at
left behind
nothing.
in a tunnel.
There was a spooky tunnel. This is true.
I think we got past the tunnel.
You did.
Yeah, we did.
You two
We
did.
ended up looking at nothing because the building we were looking for was gone.
Bingo!
Oh, yeah.
Yes, there were various bits labeled on the map you guys found for Hot Spring City. I said it right.
Oh,
Hot Spring Island City.
You are indeed correct. Yes, I keep saying Hot Springs Island City. It's just Hot Spring City. So nailed that
Hot
one.
Spring City Island City.
Hot Spring City Island City the third.
Yeah.
But yes, you guys found out. Esquire. You guys found out some information. You went to one of the locations that was marked, and it is collapsed. The building is gone. It's not perfectly flat, as if it was magicked away, but it looks like it was demolished. And that is where we shall indeed begin. I could be wrong, because Waifu's notes exploded, but it should be 12 p.m. right now, on the 20th day, Sarabi, to be clear.
Are the notes
I
gone?
know.
For some reason, she was keeping notes on her character, and that specific section of the character sheet is gone.
Aw.
I don't know why, so definitely try to keep it in the journal. But, weirdly enough, Party Resources is working again, so I can keep track of both the time and inspiration. Speaking of inspiration, you guys have 5.
I forgot about inspiration completely. We could have used that when we were running from the Shadowy Boys.
All right, and
We didn't need it.
no one died. Alrighty.
The bigger issue is that I have to keep refreshing the inspiration. How about you guys start doing cool shit?
Listen, I am just a dude with a mace.
I mean, sure, but you can do cool shit with a mace.
I mean, I try.
Bonk very hard. Alrighty.
Like, I don't know, mid-combat juggling and then kill someone with it.
Juggling.
Juggle the enemy and throw that at another enemy.
No, he and his echo start juggling maces.
Mm,
And then we just throw them at the enemy.
Yeah.
genius.
Well, now I can't use that because it's already been said. It's not a surprise anymore.
But it hasn't been done. I forgot it. I didn't hear anything. What are you
It's
talking
not
about?
the same.
What's not the same? What do you mean? We're talking about how this building's on here.
What building?
Precisely.
The building.
All right, so upon the 3 of you walking up to it, what do we all do?
Cry.
Wow.
Did the map show a basement by chance?
It just showed the overworld of all the buildings and such, so you would not know. From the map, at least. Wasn't that
You
detailed.
can check.
I started hopping on the where the bottom was.
All right, as Sarabi starts hopping on that bottom, as I mentioned, there are plenty of collapsed stone and coral and whatever they had this building made out of. It looks like one of the buildings next to it also kind of collapsed into it a bit. It's probably where the coral's coming from. This building was most likely just composed of just stone. And looking about and whatnot, it doesn't really seem that there's a basement. But near the back, you actually find somewhere where there would have been one. But it is completely filled in with stone. Stairs, at least. Also, for reference, this area is located in the iridescent stair. And we haven't looked at either location in there.
Where's our Uraraka make the rocks float away spell?
That's a lot of rocks she had to touch, so she'll be here for a while.
Is it though?
Just a few hours.
Like, how big are we talking on these rocks? Because I think gust can, like, blow shit away.
No, definitely not.
Is Daniel still alive?
Yes, very much so.
Yes, because
Is
I
there-
summoned him.
For now.
Is there a crack he can fit in?
No, it's completely sealed up. It looks like they poured cracked stone and such inside to seal it off.
Suspicious.
Do we have a pickaxe?
That is a very good question.
Might, actually.
One of you does, yeah. Or a shovel or something.
I know we talked about like grabbing basic stuff like that last time. Well, not last time, but a while ago.
Yeah, I know one of you has a shovel,
I have
and
a crowbar, a hammer.
yeah, you guys have basic tools.
Whoever wants to dig, I'll buff you up.
And I feel like everyone's already looking at me.
No.
I mean, I'm used to digging, I'm just not strong.
I mean, I could buff you up.
It won't help me in that case.
I mean, I will dig if that's the plan.
I will help digging. I'll give you
Alright.
the help action, I guess.
All right, y'all want to start digging? I won't have you roll anything for this. It's just going to be a lot of time spent digging. As I mentioned, it's about 12. While you're digging, Sarabi, would you want to help, or are you going to look around the area a bit? As I mentioned, there are 2 locations here. We can kind of collapse all that into one time block.
We do still need to explore this area.
Assuming I'm going to be in the way, yes, I'll go look around.
I mean, I can have Daniel do a flyby, help you out.
All right.
So you can go explore and Daniel can help you explore. You have to
That'll
place
work.
raids with him though.
That's fine.
All right, we discover two things upon doing this. One, we'll start with Sarabi and what is found in terms of building. Most are empty, tons are collapsed. They don't really seem either they're overly trapped or just not really worth your time. Two stick out to us though. One is a semi-collapsed giant elf head that is built from plaster and is joisted with whale bones. It looks to me maybe a temple, and there's like weeds and other plants all over it. The other building that sticks out to you is an oddly shaped whale built from dry stone obsidian, as in the entire building is shaped like a giant whale. It's quite cute, actually.
Wait, so there's a whale building and an elf head building?
Correct. It's a giant head, and you would...
Is the door, the mouth, wide open?
Bingo. It's a little collapsed, not horribly so. You can definitely still hop on in that mouth.
I will hop up in the mouth
By yourself?
with Daniel.
Okay.
Make sure to check for traps. Don't end up like me.
I will hop cautiously into that mouth.
What that mouth do? Let's find out.
It munch.
Oh, sorry. I guess you're dead.
Daniel goes flying back alone.
What
happened to
happened?
Ferrari?
Munch.
Ah,
Darn.
Bird shrug.
bird shrug.
Alrighty. I believe you've actually run into these before. You see that there are plenty along the walls and the floor. There are quick weeds, which are the weeds that grow really fast and then die really fast. They look like they're moving, but upon closer inspection, you realize that they are growing and dying and growing and dying.
What are they growing out of?
Themselves. The weed just
Wait.
grows really fast and then dies.
But don't they need food or something to grow?
And they are their own food.
I mean, liquids and such. It is an open building, so any rain would indeed fall down. There is some light coming through. It's a giant cracked building.
All right, I will avoid those.
I believe they're not dangerous from what you gathered. You poked some before. I think one of you has some sitting in your back pocket. One thing you do instantly notice, though, because you are indeed being careful, is upon looking up, you can see that there are, I believe I gave you guys the name, blind fire vines. Those are the things that move very slowly, but they lay in hiding. And they kind of snap out at you and try dragging you in and eating you. So there's quite a few of those here. The ceiling is vaulted, so they are quite far away. And you know if they are undisturbed, or, if you don't look too delicious, you should be safe.
Okay.
Other than that, what precisely are you looking for as you run around here? Just kind of looking for stuffs?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and... Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
With advantage. Unless you want Daniel to roll separately.
You can roll with advantage because you have Daniel. That was advantage?
This is advantage.
All right. 2 and a 5. 10.
5.
All right.
Those are my kind of rolls.
Good thing to start. Absolutely nailed it.
Hey, Rock.
Oh boy, the character sheets are ugly too. Boy, sorry, the and the NPC sheets are absolutely hideous. Okay, not a big deal, not a big deal. As you're moving about Sarabi, you can hear the vines wriggling about on the ceiling. You know to keep clear of them, but you hear something shift behind you, and it's not the quick vine. It's something else.
My tails poof up an alarm.
You attempt to turn, but before you're able to fast enough, suddenly, there is someone behind you, and they've grabbed your arm and turned it behind your back, and they're holding you still. Not too aggressively, but definitely cautiously.
I screeched.
He very quickly puts a hand over your mouth.
Daniel screeches.
And as he does, he goes, "Shh, what are you doing?"
Do I recognize his voice?
You do not.
Can I elbow his, oh, wait, one arm behind my back or both arms?
One arm behind your back. His hand is covering your mouth.
So I have an arm free?
You have one arm free.
Can I elbow him with a free arm?
You may. Are you trying to free yourself?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me athletics or acrobats. Whichever. Acrobats.
Which one is better? Let's see.
Probably the dex one for you.
Yeah. Acrobatics should be better for you.
Indeed, +4.
Alrighty. You're able to throw a quick elbow at him, and he kind of just instinctively dodges it, but it lets you go at the same time. As you whip about, you see a man with very dark hair, heavy bags under his blue eyes. He's wearing a chain shirt, sleeveless, and a leather tunic over that. The instant thing you notice, the very first...
He sounds muscly. Is he muscly?
He is muscly. Besides him being muscly, you've seen this plenty of times before, so he's wearing some of the colors from the Martel Corporation. The other thing you instantly notice is that some of the veins growing along his arm are black, and his hands, his fingertips specifically, are pitch black.
Do I know what that is?
Yes, you do. It's my future.
If you don't, yes, correct, Sabopa. And he's kind of looking at you shakily, and he puts his hands out, like, oh, Let's calm down here. I just want you to stay quiet. What are you doing here?
Exploring. What are you doing here? Assaulting a lady like. I was totally gonna maul you, but then I see you're addicted to Sapopa. Ugh.
What? No, mind that. Keep your voice down, please. You know what's roaming around here, right?
Lizards.
Yeah, another weird shit. He points at the ceiling.
Yeah, I know. What do you want?
Well, first, I don't want you to flail around like food and get picked up. Second off, well, you didn't blast me with anything, so he puts his hands up and is like, hey, points at his weapon, says, I'm not going to hurt you. And he puts his hands down, and he says, we don't need to exchange names or anything if you want, but, well, just trust that I mean you no harm, but you really shouldn't be here.
Tell me why.
You have a death wish?
I do, yes.
Then, by all means, stay.
What's in here?
No, I mean, the city, you shouldn't be here.
We're not done looking through it. We're looking for shit, what's her name? I say her name.
I don't know what you're talking about. You're, wait, who's this person you're looking for exactly? What do they look like?
I'll describe a Nereid.
Oh, shit. Do you mean the one in the bath?
Where in the bath?
The upper floors. You didn't go in there, did you?
Did we?
Yeah, of course you did.
That's where we saw the illusion.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
that's the one.
Oh.
What do you know?
When did you go in there?
Yesterday?
His eyes widen at that. It's not been 24 hours, right?
Approximately?
He shakes his head at that and he reaches for his belt, grabs some sort of liquid in a little wooden cup, takes a quick...
I slap it out of his hands before he can drink it.
Okay, go ahead and roll me sleight of hand.
Sure hope Sarabi isn't making a mess right now.
God damn it.
You go to slap and he quickly pulls it back and takes a swig and puts it back and goes, what are you doing?
Was that Sapopa? Stop drinking that shit. Do you know what happened to the elves here? They melted. They melted.
Listen, I've been drinking this shit since I've been on the island, and I'm fine. You got nothing to
Do
worry
you see your
about.
fingers? Look at your fingers.
Yeah, they're a bit black, but whatever.
A bit, you're gonna melt. And I'm not
You're
touching
gonna
you.
melt.
You see this? I'm not touching you.
You don't need to touch me. It's fine. That's not the problem here, obviously, but, God. What's... shit. When did you... He's just kind of staring and thinking. He's like,
Did the Sapopa like make him out of it?
He looks a little high. Just a wee bit. He's a little floaty.
Okay.
Little floaty, nothing too crazy. And he kind of just motions for you to shush. Says, okay, listen. You listening?
How have you survived this long?
You mean like in general, or?
Yeah.
I keep my wits about me. You said we before. How many we is you?
You tell me who you are first. I see you got Mom Martell's colors on you.
Yeah, I used to work for her. Things didn't work out so well.
And,
I'm
what
here
happened?
now. We had a disagreement. Her and one of her captains. You can call me Ivan, though.
Does the name ring a bell?
No, you've not heard the name before.
How many captains has she had a disagreement with? Do we know about?
Depends on where the person would have come from, but semi-frequent. But only do-gooders. People that have their moral parameters shoots too much in that we must always do right.
I'm starting to get alarmed by how many we're coming across like this.
And he's kind of just like, listen,
I mean,
our captain was kind of a shit. He got into a fight with her over what have you. There was supposed to be an island somewhere near here, and he wanted to take the crew and grab all the loot for himself, as you do. I disagreed. I know who she is. I'm not going to mess with her. She's done right by me in the past. Mutiny and other wild, fun shenanigans, and, well, we crashed, and I'm here, and I'm alive.
Well, she's back on the island if you want to go back to her.
Debatable. I'll consider it. I'm doing decently well for myself here. Once again, you said we. What do you mean by we? You got a little party like 10 people, or what are we talking about here?
Yeah, 10 people. Cute. 3.
Did all 3 of you go into that room?
Yeah. Why? Why do you keep asking about the room?
Listen, this is really important.
Tell me why.
Are your mates are they jumpy?
they're always jumpy.
If you were to introduce me to them, would that be fine? I could explain to all of you at once if you'd like. I mean, you no harm, I swear, and there's only one of me, so what am I gonna do?
Sure, why not?
All right, absolute choice.
You lead the way. I'll tell you where to turn.
Yeah, sure. I do live here, by the way, so I'd appreciate if you didn't sneak in again. Just throwing that out there.
In this house? You live in this house?
This is my head. Yes, I live in the head.
Is there anything else in the head?
My stuff. I don't ask what's in your house now, do I? You haven't even given me your name yet.
His head is empty.
I'm Sarabi.
Like, hello, Sarabi. You seem like a nice person. Thank you for not stabbing or blasting me. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, March, go on.
Yeah. And he just starts heading outward and he kind of looks to you like, where am I going?
Turn right.
Okay. And he kind of just really, really casually walking in the middle of the street, just
Like,
minding his
how
own
far
business.
away are they from us?
Not too far, about a 5-10 minute jog.
I'll tell Daniel to go up ahead to warn him.
All right, Daniel swings on by and he like points down the alleyway as you guys are digging away. You guys have gotten a decent chunk down, but as the two of you dig, you're quickly coming to the conclusion that this might just be all rock. Like all rock. And Daniel tries to get your guys' attention and motions to like the down. Hey, there's someone over there. And then he motions like, how do I Sarabi? He motions like one hand and puts 9 tails, like 9 feathers out, and then a little like thumb feather for the Sarabi, and goes like, ooh, and then he does another flat feather for just one other person, and he goes like, they are coming towards us now.
I think I can actually, or we can actually communicate with images if it's telepathically.
So cute.
So he can show me.
This is true. He could just look at them.
But that mental image is so cute.
But this is more
He's
fun.
still doing that. That's just his personality. But, he doesn't have to.
Again, made me think of How to Train Your Dragon, because I'm pretty sure they did that somewhere.
Quite possibly.
They did. I think one of the first episodes, first movies.
Alrighty, after Daniel lets you guys know that, Aldrin and Lekka, how do you guys respond?
What do you mean she brought a friend over?
Shrug?
Again?
Double shrug?
Yeah.
Apparently Sarabi ran into another Martel guy, something. I think it's a Martel guy.
Whatever. I just
That's
go back to digging.
It's kind of scary how often we run into random discarded Martel people, honestly.
A little
And-
bit.
As y'all go back to digging, you see Sarabi and this new contender kind of turn the corner, and Ivan gives y'all a wave, and he looks at Sarabi like, those are your guys, right?
Yep.
You're like, whew, okay, good. Doesn't really wave to random people and
Intruders! Kill them!
execute them.
Hey guys, this is
Execute them with
Ivan.
impunity.
All right, and he just kind of heads on over to your group. He keeps a decent distance as he sees you guys are digging, and he's just kind of like looking down at y'all and says, what are they doing?
Lekka, look at his hand. He's addicted to Sapopa. I can't even seduce him. Damn it, it's so gross.
Well, that's
Hey.
just rude.
It can't be transferred sexually, I'm pretty sure.
Just the fact that he's addicted to it, gross. He could turn into a slime any minute.
No.
That's not how that works, Sarabi.
How do you know?
It took
I'm
the
not-
elves hundreds of years. So I'm
Yeah,
sure,
but the Sapopa's been around for longer.
I'm not slime.
It could have mutated.
Well, not yet, at least.
It could have mutated.
I'm also not an elf. Anyway,
Yeah, that doesn't mean
I
much.
think the elf part matters.
well, we'll find out.
If
I mean,
anything, you're
if you're
weaker.
lucky, it means you'll die before you turn into a slime.
Perfect.
I'm so hungry.
When my bacon's cooked, I'll let you know. Don't you worry.
That's
this,
not what I want.
this little what? Okay.
Yeah.
This little fox made me aware. First and foremost, try to keep it down just a wee bit. Secondly, y'all went into the baths.
Uh-huh.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
And you walked around and saw those weird visions with the Nariad and the killing and all that nonsense.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Alright. She said yesterday. How yesterday are we talking here?
Let's see, we left in the morning, right?
About
I
that,
can't
yes.
remember.
What are you getting at? Hurry up and say it.
Alright. Just double checking. But you need to go back there. If you go in and you just leave, you don't come out with your trinket, you die.
What?
It takes.
Sorry, what did you say?
Did you notice all those weird statues and trinkets and chairs and things that are shaped like not elves?
Yeah?
Yeah?
All right. Well, there's one like you that looks just like you, and he slowly points
you
to
mean
each
this
of
one?
you.
I think I took one of them with me, didn't I?
That might be you. I'm not sure. If it's been a while, possibly. Do you still feel that? I guess it's like a sense of loneliness in your chest, kind of pulling at you.
Oh, yeah.
That means it's still in there. Now the trick is it.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, see, it takes some hours to form. Y'all might have just seen like a wobbly looking column or strange-looking cup, and that it's not you just yet. It's forming still. That's part of the shit. But you still got that feeling it's still in there. My knowledge, after a day or so, if you don't bring your, I don't know, sculpture or whatever it is out, well, yeah, you die. You just keel on over.
Wait, like what? We left our souls in there or something?
Shit if I know.
What? How do you know that?
Because I didn't die and I found my thing.
No, show it to us.
Guys, we gotta go!
It's in my house. It actually is quite nice. It took a second to form, but I found it. You don't need to touch the other ones. Those are of all the dead people who didn't make it out.
Oh, we tossed those out.
That's fine. You can sell them or whatever you want. There's nothing in it, to my knowledge, from what I can tell.
Yeah, we noticed.
Yeah. But
They're definitely magical, though, but...
oh, yeah. The magic forms them, but they're dead as shit.
Well, guess we gotta go back, then. I mean, we had to go back anyway for the other treasure.
Yeah, I mean, as long as about 24-ish hours has not passed since your first entering, you should be fine.
I will...
How long has it been, actually, in character? Because I don't know.
It has been 8 hours.
Okay, so we have plenty of time still, okay?
You have time, yeah, you're good.
I will yank at Aldrin to drop the pickaxe and start running.
Yeah, we need to get back anyway to get rid of that. What was it again? The big puppy?
Puppy?
We don't know how to get rid of him yet.
No.
What are y'all talking about? Puppy?
Big
Puppy.
lizard thing sitting in the barns.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, he's yeah. He doesn't move unless you feed him.
What does he like to eat?
Do tell.
I mean, did you guys try to feed him? Not,
Yes.
Yeah,
not people.
he didn't feel
Not
like
people?
moving.
Damn.
I mean, he's not gonna scoff at people if you throw it at him. Give me a second. And he reaches down to grab a little notebook he has, and he flips to a few pages, and he's like, this one. And he whips out a page. He shows it to you guys, and he shows you an image of this creature here. Nowhere near as good as this drawing, but close enough. Says he likes to eat these things.
We've killed a few of those.
Yeah, they're called the white eyes, I believe. But he likes the gemmy ones, not the others, not the bone boys.
That
Shimmy ones?
makes sense.
Have we seen any of those nearby?
Yes, well, not nearby, no.
What is he like that's nearby and easy to get?
I'm not gonna mess with that thing. If you poke it, you die, usually. You can give it a little poke, maybe a pet or something, but if you mess with it too much, ooh, you're gone. And as he says that, he reaches down, taking another sip of his Spopa drink.
I smack at it.
Okay. Go on, try rolling again. Ooh, a tie. In bullet time, we'll roll again. you
Bullet time.
you reach out for it, and he quickly turns it away. But as he is, you're like, redirection! And he's able to pull it up and go, point at you like, no. Takes another swing, puts it back down.
God damn it.
What is wrong with you? I'm just trying to get a drink.
No, it's not good for you.
Listen, I've been drinking this
Just
shit
leave him be. He's dead anyway.
for some. Yeah, if I'm dead, I'm dead. What's it to you? You don't even want to touch me, Sarabi. You've been quite rude, actually. I'd touch you. Not in a weird way.
You probably shouldn't just say it like that.
I'm so
Wincing
hungry.
heavily.
Listen, it just came out of my mouth. I can't
And
control
you-
these things.
You don't know what that'll do to her.
You really don't say things like that.
He takes a few steps away from Sarabi.
I give him a very hungry bedroom eyes look.
Is she looking to shack up or eat me?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's kinda a thing.
Yeah.
He whips out his notebook and is like, okay. And so it's like writing something down. And he looks like dead on at you, Sarabi. And he's like, you think he's sketching? You're not 100% sure. And he closes the book, puts it away.
okay, I take note of where he hid it because I'm definitely gonna look at that.
Anyway, if y'all want to go back in there, you're more than welcome to. I will not be joining you because I'll be...
Oh no, you are joining us, sir.
No, you see, if I do,
No, he's
you-
not joining us.
I'll be...
No, he's been living in this city. He knows his way around.
I'm not
Hey,
going...
So do we. We found a map.
Yeah, you have a map. Congratulations. I don't want to go in the bath, though, because then I'll be trapped again, like you three currently are. I don't want to deal with that again. There's like 4 stories. There's too much bullshit to mess with. Yeah, I'm not messing with it.
Did you say 5 stories?
I don't know. It goes up and it goes up and it goes up, and I don't want to mess with that. For all I know, it's a pen.
Did it?
Yeah, did it?
It's about 4 stories, yeah.
Did we see all 4 stories?
Yeah, y'all went
Yeah.
up and down every single floor.
All right. We'll be back this way later because we're not done with the city yet.
Oh, that's fine. Clearly, you're not going anywhere, and you seem somewhat in control of yourselves. I'll be at my house, but once again, try to keep it down just a wee bit. And if you run to the Arva, just don't. run to the Arvo.
Duh, that's the plan.
All right, just throwing
we
that
can
out
take
there.
rid of them.
And stop drinking the Sapopa.
Not gonna happen, but all right.
Honestly, if anything, take it in measures.
Oh, these are swigs, my little blue friend. Don't you worry none.
Yeah, as long as you don't start huffing it like the elves did. Honestly, no.
I mean, he'll probably be dead before it turns him into a blob, so.
Precisely. If I turn to a blob, you guys are more than welcome to put me in a jar or something. I'll be your little buddy and I'll follow you everywhere. But until
Alright,
I'll
I'd
use you
rather
as a
not.
test
if I find
subject.
you as a blob, I will put you in a jar.
I would greatly appreciate that. But
Oh my god.
until I'm a
You'll
blob,
still be addicted if you're a blob.
that's really
You'll
unfortunate.
be an addicted blob.
Yeah.
Stuck in a jar.
In constant agony.
Oh, that sounds really awful. Actually, just keep pouring some of that good stuff in there, and I'll be happy as a pig in shit. But as I said, I'm gonna be in my house around the corner. Sarabi knows where it is. Please be careful when entering. There are things on the ceiling.
Don't worry, just plants.
Carnivorous plants, yes, but yes.
Still just plants.
We can set it on fire. It's fine. We'll just walk away.
Alrighty, and with that, he gives you guys a sort of shaky bow. Turns a little too quickly and almost stumbles over himself and like catches himself. And he looks around. He's like, "All right, we're good." And he kind of like walks back over into his abode.
Yeah,
Disappointed.
There really isn't a point arguing with addicts.
Yeah, I know.
That also means stop arguing with me, because at this point I'm definitely addicted.
Oh.
No, you're not.
I might be fighting it, but I'm still addicted.
No, you're not.
At least I won't turn into a blob, hopefully.
Yes, that is good.
Hopefully.
All right, let's
Maybe
go.
Eventually. And then you'll go in a jar too.
Eh.
I'll give you a nice big jar so you have room.
I prefer ascending to, like, electric godhood, honestly.
Electric ooze. Then you can do the electric
Yeah.
slide.
Oh, God.
Not again.
Always.
Not again.
There is no escape. Alrighty, so we're all heading back to the baths.
Yeah.
Alrighty,
Yeah.
I'll count this as the same time block and just move us up to 4 p.m. This will encompass talking to him, digging, going to the baths, and dealing with this bullshit. As you guys move up on in, it looks like nothing has changed. I assume we just storm up the stairs and go into the weird time bubble.
Like, what
Yes.
did
How
pick
far did
up
we
again?
make it on digging?
There's a lot of rock, a lot of stone. A lot of it was just kind of smashed down into sand. I would say in that time that Sarabi found this gentleman and brought him back to you, you guys got down maybe because there's stairs and you got to move it somewhere.
No, it probably
20
isn't worth going back.
20-ish feet, yeah.
Unless we have, like, move earth, I guess.
Maybe one day.
One day.
All right, storming on in. Let's see. Lekka, roll me just a d6, flat d6. What do you think? All right, perfect. We enter this particular time loop. During the time where Meltalia was going down to the first floor backstage. This is the time when she was speaking with one of her friends that you saw, Sarabi. Were you to look at a clock, it'd be around 12:15.
Okay. Do I, that hole in my chest, can I feel it leading me somewhere?
You don't feel it leading you, but it definitely feels a bit stronger now. It's been approximately 12 hours since you guys have first entered on in, and it's not pulling you in any particular direction. In fact, it feels like it's pulling you in every direction. It's not. It almost feels like it doesn't want to be found.
I mean, that would make sense.
Now that you guys have entered, once again, you cannot be seen. No one is looking at you. What is our priority? What are we doing? To be super clear, you literally have 12 hours, according to him, to find this thing, which realistically shouldn't be too hard. As he said, the reason you didn't find it before is because it didn't fully form. You might not have even noticed it was a thing to pick up.
So do we notice
Probably
anything
not.
new?
Well, there are multiple floors to go up and down. Are you focusing on this weird flashback? Or are you focusing on looking for your item?
I mean, we've already seen the flashback, like, 5 times or something, so...
Yeah, I'm going to look for my item unless the flashback seems different.
It indeed seems exactly the same. And he will let you know, from what he said, you can infer that if you were to find your item and leave with it and then re-enter, it starts all over.
Oh, good.
All right.
So long story short, if you want to solve this time bubble and, figure out what you can figure out, I'd recommend doing it prior to, unless you guys want to burn some time after. Totally up to you.
Hold up. Are you insinuating there's a mystery here to solve?
Potentially.
Thought we were just watching.
There
You
is a mystery to solve, but...
you were watching, but you, like I said before, you noticed that there was something you could touch, and it was her crown. That was the only thing part of the actual, vision that was touchable. Everything else
Nice.
slipped through your fingers.
If I get distracted by it again, what happens if I try to touch it?
Distracted by what?
That you
Didn't
said crown?
take it? The tiara, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought you took it before.
You did,
I
yeah.
think you took it.
Wait, what do you mean I took it?
You picked up the tiara, took it with you.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
left
with you.
with it?
Wait, didn't
Oh,
I
you did.
identify it then?
No.
Did I
hold on.
never identify it?
Right. Okay. So what happened was
Oh.
at the very end, the weird song occurred. The the folks up front decided to attack her. As they did, she retaliated. Unfortunately, many other Nerias were murdered. Some were pulled into the various paintings. When they did what they did to her, though, you're not entirely sure what it was, but she was ripped into two parts, two statues. Sorry. You saw her essence ripped in two different directions. One direction was a statue on stage wearing a tiara. The other one, we don't know where it ended up. And for some reason, you were able to touch this statue and this tiara. Maybe a few minutes after that, it melted and back into water and everything rewound. So you couldn't bring it out with you, but you could touch it when it was formed.
No, okay.
Okay, so hold on. Half of her went into the tiara?
Correct.
And
So
half went somewhere else.
half went somewhere else. You have no idea where that went.
Okay, can I pay attention to where the other half went this time?
Very much so, yeah.
You're making me distracted from my search.
That's
God.
It's actually
We
random
have
question.
12 hours. It's fine.
Does
You
Daniel
totally
also
won't die.
have feelings of longing as an elemental?
I'm going to say no for simplicity's sake.
He can go around flying, helping Sarabi finding the soul then.
Yeah, he can just help you guys out. Alrighty, so are all three of us trying to look for Meltalia's other half, or...
If you want, I can have Daniel follow the other half, because apparently he gets advantage on all sight and hearing checks.
And I imagine he's probably faster than me too, right?
Yeah,
He's very
60
fast,
feet
yes.
flying, yeah.
And he can fly, so he doesn't have to deal with
Boy.
stairs.
And he gets advantage, apparently.
I mean, technically, we don't have to deal with anything, do we? We can just kind of.
Yeah, but we still have to a lot of
Actually,
ground to cover, basically.
There is lots of ground to cover, correct. Let's see. I will... Besides... I'll give you guys two options. You guys can describe the way you do this, or I'll just have you guys roll perception. Regardless, it will be resolved. If you guys describe you doing it in a particular way that would give you an advantage, I'll just say it's resolved. So you guys can do that, or roll. Your choice.
I will... Actually, can I? No, I don't have a third level slot lower. Damn it. Otherwise, I would have long strided everyone for a bit more speed.
I don't think my clone could really help.
Using him could definitely help in a general way. So you guys saw something, an essence from her body, ripped up the stairs and out of the room. Is anyone staying in the room when this happens? Are we all outside looking for where it went?
I'll have Daniel trace it, basically,
Okay,
if he's capable.
okay, we got Daniel tracing. Aldrin, you can use your clone. That works perfect. Besides Daniel doing that, are you doing anything extra, Lekka? And Sarabi doing anything extra?
I myself am looking for my or anyone else's statues.
I want to follow Daniel up.
I mean, he'll squawk at you if he finds his thingy, I guess.
Okay. I still want to help because I'm pretty sure I can touch stuff, two people touching versus one person touching.
All right, this very much works. As you guys begin to kind of move about.
What reason specific?
I want to bash the two items together.
No, okay. I mean, assuming they are still together. I mean, Daniel can probably pick the tiara up, assuming it's not too heavy, and fly it over if he needs to.
I'll just hold it while we're looking.
He can actually interact with objects, apparently, so...
You're going to hold what while you're looking?
The tiara.
Okay, so to be clear, when she is split, there's about 5 or so minutes until everything restarts.
Yeah, so we got to look fast.
Okay, so you're going to start in that room and then run up the stairs. Is what you're saying?
Oh.
Yeah, it's better if you just help me and Eldrin looking for the items and Daniel can solve this. Somehow, maybe.
I mean, if it's only a couple of minutes, I think I can detour.
Or you can just find your item and then you'll have all the time in the world.
Yeah. I mean, we need to check upstairs anyway. I'm gonna go upstairs just to see if I can catch the thing while I'm looking for the thing.
Right.
All right, thing while we thing, as one does.
Yes, we each take
My favorite.
our own floor, right?
Perfect.
How many? No.
Yeah, that definitely works. There are many floors. There's many places they could turn and go down. And with Aldrin's little extra shadow man, we have an extra location we can look at. So we have most floors covered.
By the way, I'm gonna threaten Daniel. Make sure you see where that second one goes, or I'm gonna ruffle your feathers so it's uncomfortable.
Oh no.
He
Not
pretends
so it's uncomfortable.
he pretends to look very scared. And then he looks at Lekka and is like, okay.
You'll casually turn into a cloud of air and ruffle her ears.
It's like when you pet a cat backwards.
Go against the grain.
Yes.
Like when you pet my beard backwards.
Yes.
That's the worst.
I mean, Sarabi, you realize he's wind, right? He doesn't have a grain.
He
What do
is
you
the
mean he doesn't
grain.
have grain? I will find the grain, damn it. Pay attention, Daniel.
What?
Hmm.
Different Daniel.
Alrighty, with your guys'
He's gonna take that in stride and like ruffle her hair instead.
and then jet off because he's so fast.
Exactly.
Alrighty, with your guys' daisy chain of eyes, the event occurs about an hour or so after you guys initially enter. So you guys are able to set this up pretty easily, and we have the time essentially down.
Can we hopefully find our items before the event happens?
I would say the odds of that are quite low, only because setting this up would take about as much time as it would to get to that moment. It's going to happen approximately 40 or so minutes after, and setting up this plan and getting everybody in position doesn't take exactly 40 minutes, but close to it, and I might be cutting it close. If you guys do this as is, though, you will 99% guaranteed find where this thing is going. So, the event occurs, we hear screaming, rushing, a burst of magic, a burst of force, and even from here, whatever Meltalia did, you guys can feel it through time. And suddenly, something whooshes up and around the stairs. Aldrin, you're able to tell with your shadow that it went left and not right. It zooms up there. You're able to convey this to Lekka, to Sarabi, and then Lekka can easily convey it to Daniel. And with his immense speed, he's able to zoom up to the 3rd floor, and somewhere in like a side room is just her statue. It's tiara-less, but it is indeed just sitting there.
Is it person-sized?
It is indeed person-sized and looks incredibly furious.
I will place the tiara on its head.
Okay, to have done that, so once again, you did indeed start in that lower room and then you ran all the way up?
No.
Yeah.
I thought the deal was that Daniel would pick it up and fly it over. We can just run to the room afterwards, because he's faster than us.
You can do that too, definitely.
Would he have time to do that? Because he'd have to pick it up and then follow it.
He starts in the theater room, picks up the tiara and immediately follows it.
Yeah.
Okie dokes.
He is very fast.
Yeah,
he can also dash. Yes, he can.
Yeah, so he can pick it up, and he's twice as fast as you, and he doesn't have to deal with the stairs or any bullshit in the way, so he can just go. The other thing is, remember I said, you guys can phase through things, meaning Daniel can just phase through the ceiling if he wants. He doesn't have to deal with the ceiling.
Oh.
Yeah, he can go straight up. Like I said before, you guys are walking on the ground, but if you think about it, you're afraid you might fall through, so it's best not to think about it. If you guys got, piggybacked, technically you guys could go up a floor through the ceiling, but it might be faster just to, go up the stairs. Daniel can just shoot straight up, though, and he does just that as you guys direct him. He finds the room quickly, and he kind of like slaps the tiara right on top of this statue. And as he does, you hear all the clocks gong out, and you see everything melting around you, just like it did the first time. And for but a moment, it feels as if time is once again rewinding. This time, though, as all the water washes away, we no longer see the perfect, pristine bathhouse. It looks dilapidated and old. They're not elves in various states of dress and undress.
Hey, do we break the spell?
It's sad.
Wait, where's my statue?
But you are indeed where you need to be.
What do you mean where I need to be?
You're up top. You're right where you would have left off, effectively.
Well, okay, I would have chased after Bird Boy, so what do I see? Was she trapped in the statue or what?
So you didn't need to chase after Bird Boy. You could have just helped direct him, because he nabbed it and he ran. So you would have basically been with Aldrin and Lekka and the Shadow, directing Daniel on where to go, where it zoomed to. You guys are basically traffic control.
We would still be following Daniel afterwards.
Yeah, we'd still be following once we did our job.
Of course, yeah.
We're just arriving like 5 seconds later.
Indeed. And in front of you, you no longer see a statue. As you all walk into the room, you indeed see an Ariad who looks around the room.
She's hot.
And they're all hot. It's what they do.
That's true, actually.
She looks incredibly confused.
I'll say her name.
As you do, she doesn't necessarily scowl at you, but she gives you a look as if like, how do you know that name?
We've been looking for you. Your sister's asked us to find you. How the hell did you get trapped in that spell?
Looking around again, she can see the completely just dilapidated bathhouse.
Yeah, you've been trapped in there a really long time.
A few thousand years, give or take.
Only a little bit, really.
After clearing her
Not
throat,
too long.
she kind of smirks at that and asks, "Who are you people?"
I'm Sarabi.
This is Aldrin. He's shy.
And we are friends of, and I'll start lifting off some Nereal names.
Okay, she nods along with that, straightens her clothes a bit.
She might not know those names. They are very young, apparently.
Well, I listed out the old names because the leaders. Didn't you know those names?
Yes, she nods as you say the leaders' names of Solaria, Daphne, and Tilo.
She might know who was the one in the tower again?
The one that was trapped in the
painting, yeah?
Painting, Daphne.
Yeah, she might know Daphne, at least.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
As you name them all off, she gives quick nods, says, Excellent. I see that they are still alive. That is, hopefully not something to worry about. What are the state of things?
In general, or
Yeah. The specifics, please.
a lot happened in, well, 1,000 years.
Everything went to shit.
I mean, because all of the elves are blobs or nothing. Svarku took over the island. The ogres have really bad history.
Nodding, she seems somewhat confused.
Oh, and those snake people we keep finding statues of, they're totally long gone. Yeah.
Oh, they were to deal with the ancients then. Wonderful. What of the Starfall?
I mean, honestly, they might still be around.
Wait, what did she ask?
What of the Starfall?
I'm not
gotta need more details.
familiar with that word.
It was an organization. If you're unaware of them, I don't have time to go into details, but they're the ones that attempted to murder me and my kin.
Oh. Well, if they're elves, they're probably dead, much like everyone else here.
Yeah,
One can hope.
there's no elves on this island. Well, not naturally from this island, anyway.
Noted. You say they are all gone, deceased?
All of these
Yeah.
ones, yeah. I mean, there's still elves outside, but, those are different elves.
Of course. And what of the transportation? Are the rooms still functional?
Currently, no. The Svarku guy we mentioned, he's, I don't know, doing something with the entire island. Can't go in or out. Well, we can't go in, but can't go out.
Understood. And what of my sisters?
Few remain.
What are their names?
There are many. What of my people? That is a clearer question for you.
From
They're
what I
hiding.
understood, there aren't many of them left.
Hiding from who? You said the Starfall were taken care of. They're no longer here. There's no elves troubling them. Then what could be the problem?
I would assume Svarku.
Definitely Svarku.
She scowls at that and looks to you and says, what of him? What did he do?
Well, apparently he has crowned himself as Lord of this island. Some kind of, I don't know, fire being, big, charismatic.
And he murdered all the ogre women.
Kind of a dick.
She
Eats
closes
a lot of crystals, I don't know.
As you guys are speaking, she's closing her eyes and feeling something out. You can tell she's definitely still listening. She's not ignoring you. And as you guys finish your little story, her eyes open very slowly, and her expression has changed. She looks angry. She nods slowly at that. An asshole would be putting it lightly.
Oh, what did you do?
You're really strong, aren't you?
We need not worry about that for now. He has some of my sisters held captive, apparently.
Yeah, that's what he does.
They have not heard the voice in quite some time. Somehow he broke their connection. This is unacceptable. Who are the three of you? Like, who are you? Your names I have, but why have you done this? Why are you here? What is your goal?
Honestly, I was
We
just
can't-
looking for a bit of money, but at this point, the
Kinda wanna
adventure is
just leave.
definitely, yeah.
Yeah, I was here for adventure, but I have a sister I gotta get back to.
Onto that. Leaving would be most beneficial. The curse I placed on this location, she's looking around and she's saying this, I assume it's mostly taken care of. Were you able to find your statues?
I was about to say, do I
No,
still
not
feel
yet.
that hole?
We figured getting you back was more important for now.
I can help you locate them. You
Oh,
needn't
thank
worry.
God.
Gonna take even longer though, now we can't go flying through the walls.
We do have somewhat of a problem, though. This Svarku character has my sisters held captive.
Well, we talked to the ogres and a lizard tribe, and they're going to attack in how many days?
Like 6, 5,
It's not many days.
From now, 7 days.
7 days. Oh, a full week.
1 week.
She nods at that, sort of assessing the situation and looking about, and says, God, this place really has seen better days, hasn't it? It's been far too
Definitely.
long. Well, my three saviors, what can I offer you as payment?
Well, we're gonna have to get rid of the Svarku guy in general.
Consider it done.
Oh, okay.
I
After
mean,
that,
I didn't touch your fee for payment, but I suppose we off the island would be great.
I will have to look into getting off the island. I was unaware of it being locked off. Clearly, there's some strong magics at play here, but,
Yeah.
well, shouldn't be too difficult for us, yes?
We assumed it was Farku's doing, so unless it isn't that, then taking care of him will solve the problem.
I think didn't the servitor bot basically say that the whatever the hell it was coming from the volcano?
Yes, it did.
Yeah, we aren't sure if it was Svarku specifically, but it's definitely coming from his, well, lair, I guess, his cave, his volcano.
Nodding at that, she looks through a window, past over the horizon. There's a plenty of mountains in the way, so she can't actually see. But she closes her eyes again and breathes deeply of the air. And as she breathes out, nodding, she turns back to you all and says, there is a disturbance in that direction. I assume that's where the volcano is, where the Svarku character is holed
Yep.
up.
Center of the island.
She makes me wish I was by.
He raises an
Wait,
eyebrow
you
at
aren't by?
I didn't say that out loud. No, I'm not.
that.
Hmm.
I was thinking too loud.
I mean, she might be able to read minds. You never know.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Honestly,
Don't be surprised.
my face probably says it all. But I'm very hungry. I can't help
You're biting your lower lip.
it. Maybe.
Excuse me, look like I am hot. What can I say? And
She knows.
she kind of cricks her neck and then rolls her shoulders and looking at you all and says, "Well, getting you off the island, that will come with our next play, let's say. And you said the ogres and the lizard folk that were here are also going to be attacking in approximately 1 week, yes?
Yeah.
Yes, we were discussing talking with the lizard folk in this very city, but we haven't figured out a proper way to approach them yet.
I feel like it's just not a good idea at this point.
Yeah, they
They're
also
not
seem a
very
bit
nice.
too opportunistic, honestly.
That might be something we should probably ignore then. Well, are the... I'm not sure if you would know this or not. There are tunnels throughout the island that connect to various rooms. I assume you know my sisters. Are you aware of these locations?
No, jingle the bracelet, I guess.
Yes, exactly. I'll show the bracelet.
Perfect. She smiles at that and looks at you and says, "Okay, excellent. You guys do know what's going
We
on."
don't have the one in the northwest unlocked, though. But I think that with you back, we can fix that.
All things should be fixed, correct. I will go back to my sisters, let them know that I have indeed returned, and, well, it has been some years. I don't know if they're ready for war, and the ones that have been captured, most likely far too weak. I could barely make a connection with them. Disgusting. Ugh.
Do you know in what location your sisters are captured? Like in the volcano itself, or like...
Correct. If he's holed up in there, they are somewhere in there. Most likely nowhere near any true water source. They must be parched, falling apart. She looks very concerned
He seems
at that.
he seems to have a thing for keeping, well, people in general hostage.
I think you mean women in general.
He also has that big white ogre.
Yeah, but he's
but
probably
we
like
still haven't heard anything from Buff Mortaga.
like a chieftain or something.
Probably.
Well, she's not sure what to say about the ogres. She just kind of nods along to that quickly and says, "As I mentioned, getting you off the island will come part as your payment. If there's anything else the three of you individually wish from me, please do not hesitate to ask. I will move back to my sisters now. You may stay here if you wish. You will know where to find me."
Yes, we know. Real quick question though. I don't suppose you know how to cure Sapopa addiction? Or a countermeasure?
Unfortunately,
That would be far too easy, wouldn't it?
correct. We were never able to discover a way to fully cure those of Sapopa.
Oh, sad face.
I mean, supposedly there was some research done here, but
The
can't find it.
doctor and me needs to fix this. I'll pat off some orange stuff off you like a...
When you say research,
Yeah.
she narrows her eyes and says, "What precisely do you know?"
I'll pull out the map we found with some notes. Like, this is all we could find. Actually, was that about the Spoken? I can't remember.
Leaning over, she looks at it and she slowly nods. You can tell some gears are turning. She's thinking. Well, I can guarantee you, the information stored there is not about Sapopa. This was more of that was public information, something we all wish to discover. Of course, they wanted to take it to become stronger, but of course, the aftermath is quite disastrous. There was something else, though, being researched on this island. Something regarding the golems. They're little automatons.
All right, the part where the elementals were used as souls for them.
I believe that might be the case. I heard
I'll look at Daniel.
he looks unhappy, to say the least.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
And she nods, and then nods to Daniel, looking back to you, and says, "My people were looking into it, but unfortunately my time was cut short. I was able to complete my research. Handy little maps you
What
have there, though."
What exactly were you researching, though?
Oh, I was trying to look into, well, what they were trying to look into. I'm not just a pretty face, a doll that dances on the stage. I am their leader. And when we're not partying, which we are indeed prone to, we do have indeed more control over ourselves than the elves did. We noticed there was something going on in the shadows, though. There was a man that they were speaking with. I never got a good look at him, but I didn't like the aura he gave off. Something off. Something cold. I didn't like it. Before I was able to get too close, she motions around herself. This happened.
Can you describe him?
Unfortunately, I cannot. Like I said, I was unable to get a good look at him. He was about Aldrin's height, I would say. Not quite as bulky, though. He looked more a man of the script than the sword.
Well, if you're interested in this stuff, and I'll point at the map, it's supposedly close by-ish. It's being guarded by a spine dragon or something, but
And she
if
smirks.
it's useful to you,
She does indeed smirk at that and say, "They do indeed make good guard dogs."
yeah, there's also one in your cave, isn't there?
That old guy's still there.
Yep.
Splendid. I guess that answers a few questions.
Okay, well, we know where to find you, Miss Natalia.
Of course. If you have the bracelet, you most likely also have the whistle. Just call for one of us and we will come post haste.
Will do.
All right, with that, she smirks, gives you all a wink, and says, "So we meet again." And she heads out of the city.
And we never saw her again.
Oh my god, she's so cool.
I think she took a piece of my heart with her.
Oh God.
She definitely took a piece of her soul with her because she didn't find our thingy yet.
Oh yeah! Wait, our things!
As she's walking off, you can say that, and she turns quickly and says, of course. My apologies.
It's alright, we distracted you with questions!
That and being stuck in a time loop for hundreds and hundreds of years does tend to slow the brain somewhat."
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
And she waves around like, eh. And over the next, I will say, like, hour or so, she just kind of walks around and very easily finds what was in the process of a Sarabi statue, approximately 1 foot high. It didn't completely finish, but it looks quite gorgeous. You were posed very elegantly. Lekka,
Wow,
You're
I would
almost
make a
that
nice
statue forever.
statue. Well, yeah, I am.
Lekka, you were the topper on a fountain. You were flexing, looking incredibly powerful. Your hands were out while you were flexing, and like lightning is shooting out from you. You look a little buffer than you probably should be, but you know, who's to say? It was still in process of being
No,
made.
this is exactly how I look.
It's perfect, yeah.
100% how you look. No doubt.
And Aldrin
We
awkwardly,
don't die if this statue breaks or anything, right?
she smirked and says, "No. Feel free to keep it. Do what you will with it, as long as the curse is broken, which it very much is, and you're able to remove it from the area once. You'll be safe. You may re-enter as many times as you wish. The veil has been torn down."
Oh, thank God.
And awkwardly for Aldrin, you were a column.
Huh?
You were basically a column carved like a bas relief, but in column form rather than on a wall.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
And she looks at it and kind of goes, "Well, shit," and then looks to you and says, "Do you wish to keep this?"
Seems like a pain in the ass to drag around, so no, not really.
I was about to say, is he huge?
It's the size of a column. It's holding up one of the ceilings. Now, it's not a supporting
That's
pillar.
very big.
Well, yeah, I
I
mean,
mean-
it could be a small column or it could be like a massive one.
It's holding up the
You can,
ceiling,
like-
yeah.
It's
Okay.
a column. Columns are big.
I'm assuming there's no way to like shrink it or anything.
I
You
can cut
cast.
it free if
Actually,
you
no,
wish.
Nah. I mean, I have to take it out of here in the first place, don't I?
We'll have to roll it out or something, yes.
After that, I guess we can just destroy it
you-
or something.
Slice it into something the size of about 500 pounds or less.
She smirks at that, quickly draws her sword, and with one swipe, two swipe, she slowly sheaths the sword away, and there's a bit of a humming, almost like singing.
Oh my god, she's so cool.
And the column just slowly
She's
kind of
a blade singer. Oh.
slides. And as it does,
Dancer's floating disc it out.
okay, yeah, your disc is able to like spawn right on next to it, and it kind of falls onto the disc, and it carries it just fine. It seems enough was carved away. Aldrin, you're kind of doing the what's his name? Holds up the atlas, right? Holds up the earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're kind of doing an atlas
He
pose.
holds up the heavens.
Yeah, hold up the heavens. You're kind of doing like an atlas pose, Aldrin, of like holding up the ceiling. So
Oh,
she
good.
she cuts you free. You're on this floating disc, so heavy but not over 500 pounds, and you guys are able to easily move it out. Alrighty, and with that, is there anything else you need before I depart?
I do have one thing. Have you ever seen any of these things? And I'll prestidigitate a tiny version of like the weird frog people we saw.
She scowls at that and nods. Yes, why?
Well, apparently they're not native to this island, but I've encountered 2 of them so far.
No, there most definitely not. And you found them on this island?
Oh, on the boat specifically, and 1 on the island.
Well, I can say with all certainty, you are free to kill any you find. They're a plague.
What are they, though? Considering there's 2 of them, should I be worried that they're like, I don't know, following someone around here? Because I've never seen them in my life before.
She looks really closely at the 3 of you. Not like she's looking at you, almost as if she's looking past you. It's uncomfortable.
Wait, what did we ask about?
Does she have true size? Jeez. How strong is she?
She's talking about... You guys are into this one, I believe. This boy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that guy.
He's a
The
monkey on his
frog thing
back. I just noticed that.
Took the skin of what's
Ada.
her face?
Yeah.
Ada. Ada 1.
Unfortunately, no longer with
Unfortunate
us.
sailor number 1 on the ship.
Yeah. Nodding at that, she says, I guess she repeats basically, if you see them, kill them. And she'll let you know, they
It's
are...
good to see them when they can take a skin.
Unfortunately, yes. But fortunately, not all of them are able to do that. Their ways of replicating are quite grotesque, but there shouldn't be too many of you on this island, yes?
I mean, we only saw the one, right?
Only the ones we saw, yeah. There might be more. Never know.
Probably more.
Keep an eye out for them. Only some are able to repopulate. The others are
Any
merely soldiers.
easy way to identify them? I don't know. Do they react to salt? A path race?
There is one particular trait that might help you suss them out. It's not perfect, of course, because you have to be in the scenario where it would be valid. But they are quite fond of combat, specifically one-on-one. If anyone ever challenges just one of you to a fight, there's a non-zero chance that it might be one of them. They don't believe in group combat.
That makes sense.
If they try to get you alone, that is another telltale sign.
Yeah, that's what happened.
They are quite chaotic, unfortunately. These beings are, as I mentioned, not from this plane.
Well, that's obvious.
Indeed. I've only run into them briefly in the past, long ago. They're more of a pain than anything else, but on this island I could see them wreaking havoc. If it's difficult to leave, well, we'll see what we can do, of course. We don't know exactly what this Farku's doing, precisely why folk are unable to leave, but I'll look into it. Anything
Very
else?
useful.
Alrighty. Well, if you can think of anything
Not
else,
for now.
you'll know where to find me.
I mean, if anything. So this entire island is like a crystal or something, right?
She smiles and says, no, just an island. Beautiful, and
Seems to be a lot of crystal underneath it, at least.
indeed there is. Yes, the island is not one giant crystal, though, so if you were worried about that, you needn't.
I'm more so worried about Svarku eating all of that crystal and his minions.
Yes, if he and his minions are... Did you say his minions were elementals, or what are they exactly? Demons?
I mean, we know at least that if anyone else eats it, they, well, turn into crystals.
He nods at that, kind of thinking, like, all right. I'll see what I can find out. If I can reestablish a link with my sisters, we'll indeed gain, well, vast knowledge.
Good to know.
And before she leaves, she smiles and says, consider this a win. And with that, this time she does indeed head off.
Wait, oh, there.
One more thing, wait! Alrighty. Having your little sculptures, your large sculpture, and everything else effectively taken care of, curse lifted. What do we do next? It's approximately 4 p.m.
I do not want to stay in this town. Am I alone? Have I been abandoned?
I don't think there's any other reason to be here.
No. I mean, the thing under the spine dragon, but that's about it. We can come back for that after we deal with Svarku.
Alrighty, if that is the case, where do we head to next?
On my way out, I'm definitely going back to that one tower that we explored because there was a bunch of gold in it, I believe.
Mm-hmm. The one in the Broken Quarter?
Yep.
Okay.
What was it? Was it a bunch of traps only, or was it something else?
Primarily, there were a bunch of those Kachuga. It was a Kachuga pepper powder trap. You guys were able to kind of undo one, and it was full of powder that would have blinded you. Basically, those hot peppers in your eyes. Not pleasant.
Ah, yes, my favorite.
Yes,
Pain.
of course.
Yeah, pretty awful.
Like, the idea was that I would get back in there and see if I could get it out somehow.
Yeah, you guys can most definitely do that. We'll say your group is able to head there without too many problems. And during this time, also, with that whole shenanigan and bamboozle taken care of, I'll give you guys another inspiration, so congratulations. And if you guys want something, now, obviously, I'm not going to say the sky's the limit, but when she said, what do you want as a reward? You felt as if she didn't really have a limit on what she was asking. So each of you can ask her for a something next time you see her. So feel free to think about whatever that something may be.
Dude.
Can I be the island? Sure.
No, thanks.
I eat everyone, and I gain their power. That's how that works, right? Yes.
Yes.
How it works now.
Indeed. But yes, you indeed found a little cache of gold some while back. When you guys head on back over, you actually see a group of 3 Arva that are re-triggering the traps. They're setting things back up. And you guys are far enough that you will not run into them, but you can see them sort of messing around the entrance.
Wait, are we done with the city?
Pretty much.
Yeah, not entirely. We can still explore, but like, there's no reason to at
Okay.
the moment. I think there's one area left, I believe, the wheel thing.
Yes.
And maybe another quarters. I don't remember.
Yeah, there's of course the marketplace had some zones. The iridescent stair had a zone. and the bath still had that dragon boy, the spine dragon, sleeping. So a few areas, but realistically, just manage what you all want. So looking at all that, how do we respond? You see them setting up traps again.
I mean, let's just go around.
I can make myself invisible and sneak in. As they're setting the trap, steal the shit.
Do they have anything worth stealing?
Yeah, they had a bunch of gold in that tower thing. How high up was it again?
It's a tower, and it looks like the gold that was stored up there, like there was a spiral stair. It looks like it got smashed. So how they access it, you're not entirely sure, but it'd be a pain to get there. You can climb up the inside of the wall, though. The bricks and the stone and everything are jarred enough that there is a climbing route. That might be how they get up. It'd be very obvious that you were climbing it, unless you were invisible, of course.
I just had a thought hub.
Yes?
When should I be expecting another message from Kiara? Is it about time yet? Or do I still need a few more days?
Probably a day or so, but are you expecting any particular messages? Because this would almost be after that campaign ended.
Well then, yeah, it's about time. I'm expecting hey sister, I'm just like you now.
Oh, you probably would get that. We'll say tomorrow. Yeah, if that's the message you're expecting.
I mean, me, the player, are expecting it. Sarabi's not.
Of course, yeah. I'm trying to remember how many messages you sent to Sarabi.
I imagine I did it daily. It's just they're not worth acting.
Fair enough. So this very important one, we'll say you get it tonight.
God, we get it. You had sex.
No, I mean, yes, but also he's alive.
No, he's not. He's undead.
Close enough.
Alivened.
Alivened, yes.
Are we invisible climbing or are we passing by?
No, I definitely want the gold because it was a reasonable amount, I believe.
It was a good amount.
Unless I can have Daniel pick it up, but it's probably too heavy for that.
It would take him too long and they'd probably see it, yeah.
I'll use my one-time free use daily invisibility.
Okay, you can most definitely do that. Sarabi and Aldrin will kind of just hang it back off to the side while you're doing this, I assume?
Pretty much.
Okay, she's AFK, but she says yes as well.
Good luck.
And with that, fortunately, you are indeed invisible.
I mean, if you want to do it, I can make you invisible instead.
I feel like I'm not as stealthy as you, even with invisibility.
Is the stealthiest there, actually? Because I have a 0 in dex. You have armor on.
I have armor, so it's disadvantage.
So does she, yeah.
Sarabi might be, is she?
She also has disadvantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm disadvantaged.
I mean, I guess you could try enhancing ability if you still have spell slots. That's about all. What is it, Cat's Grace or something?
Something like that. But with invisibility, I'll have you roll with advantage. So realistically, you should be good. Just roll me some stealth. A 19 without advantage. Oh my god, okay. And a 10. All right. Well, I'll take that 19. With that, you're able to very slowly sneak by them. And after you do,
Daniel looking out for traps.
Daniel's kind of hanging out in an inconspicuous location so that they don't go like, why is there a bird in here? Because you notice there aren't really any animals in here. There were centipedes and other things. But he's able to keep an eye out. He's kind of chilling in one of the windows. And after you slowly sneak by them, making no sound at all, they just continue setting up their traps, completely paying you and Daniel no mind. You see there's a pretty decent path for you to climb up the side, and you being the small lad that you are, you don't weigh very much, so the odds of you ripping a brick out or breaking something are quite low. You're able to climb and climb and climb, and as you get to the top, you see this little cache they had. And it's kind of just sitting there, and from what you can tell, it's just full of riches. They were just hiding it up here. Now, obviously, to take it out, that's going to be loud. There's no way around that. But all that will require is either you waiting for them to leave or a distraction.
How big are we talking? Is it something I can carry with me easily?
It's about 300 gold. You'd throw that into your... So the chest itself you couldn't bring back down, obviously, unless you... Well, your disc wouldn't be invisible, so... But the chest would be too heavy, of course.
I mean, the moment I pick it up, it becomes invisible, so...
Yeah.
How long would it take me to grab all this shit? All of the gold? Pocket it?
All of it, realistically, not too long. The biggest question is them hearing it. That's the biggest issue.
Assuming I can do it before they reach me, I don't care.
Okay. If you were to just slowly start picking at it, you're more welcome to do that. It might take you, 5-10 minutes or so. If you want, I can say roll sleight of hand with advantage since you're so high up, and then that will tell you how long it'll take. You're doing it carefully and slowly.
Look at
17. Okay, you're able to do it fairly quickly. Actually, you're kind of just picking away, doing your thing. You get about halfway through.
Leg has a lot of advantage pillaging money, a lot of experience.
Indeed. You get about halfway through, about 150 of it, and some of the gold shifts a bit. They start kind of looking around like, what the hell did we just hear? And they're still setting traps up. One of them leaves, Sarabi and Aldrin. You see kind of one walk off. There's only 2 left. They're kind of lowly talking to each other. Nothing in particular. They're just setting up the traps and whatnot. And they keep looking around. There's about 100 gold left. Makes a little more noise. You slow down a little bit, and then you continue. They look up, look around. One of them steps back and actually looks directly where you were standing, but he does not see you. And kind of nods to himself, and the other one, the guy pushes him like, hey, hurry up. Then he kind of, and then they finish setting their traps. And with this, you're able to get every single piece of gold. I'll say it takes about 10-15 minutes, but you got all of it.
This tower is high up, right?
Relatively, yeah. If there were the stairs, you'd be on the 3rd floor. Oh, yeah, there's plenty of windows.
Yeah, I'm just going to jump out.
Sure.
And feather fall down.
That works. Jump out, feather fall down. No sound whatsoever is made. Your allies do not see you do this, of course, but if they did, it probably would look really cool.
We'll never know.
He knows how cool he is.
I'll drop invisibility mid-float.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Like as I land in front of them. Ta-da!
Took you a while.
Alrighty,
I had to be.
with that, each of you are 100 gold richer.
Oh my god, I love gold.
As mentioned
Where do
before,
I add gold in this new template? Oh, it's up there. Jesus.
yeah, it's somewhere weird.
What are these peasant pennies? I mean, what?
I mean, if you don't want
How-
them, you can give them to me
I'm
instead.
kidding.
I need a lot of gold for my research, you know?
Alrighty, it's about 4 p.m. We're at the eastern edge of the city. What are we all planning on doing next?
I mean, if we're leaving them, well, let's go before it gets dark.
Yeah.
Something.
Alright, where to?
Like, are we taking the Nereid tunnel to the north and, like, talking to the other Nereid? Do we want to go to Buff Morta first, or do we want to go back to town? So that's
I
where
guess we
can
need
eat.
to go back to Bav Morta.
For what specifically? Like, talk about Matalia and the White Ogre, and that's about it, I believe? Or was there more?
No, I think that's it. Because she hasn't
That's
gotten
fine.
back to us yet, right?
That's fine. But she's nice and close to a tunnel anyway.
Did you say that whistle was one use only, or am I thinking of
No.
something else?
We can use it as many times as we want, but if we overuse it, then they get pissed at us.
Okay,
Correct.
gotcha.
they're not taxis. Alrighty. We are indeed leaving the city, yeah?
We're
Alright,
going
cool.
to Buff Morta.
Alright, as you guys begin to exit the city, the various arches and stuff that signal the entrance to Hot Spring City. I don't have to
Island
think about
City.
that. I know, I have to think about it so much. I was going to say it. A small bird flies down towards your group. This bird is entirely made of bones, and it floats in front of your group. And as it does, it opens its mouth, and quickly, little letters kind of like shoot out in front of y'all that you can read. And it essentially says, from Bavmorda, that they've spoken with the lizard folk. They've come to an agreement, and indeed, on the full moons, the ogres will come from the north, and the lizard folk shall come from the south. They agree to strike on the same day.
Ooh.
Can we respond to this thing, or is it one-way message?
If you have something,
I ask out loud.
you're not sure. Its mouth is still open, or its beak is still open. After a few moments, the letters fade away, and it's just kind of seemingly waiting there, with its mouth still open.
Oh, I think we can respond.
I feel like everything we say is going to be in the message, and it's just
Yeah.
going to be confused.
I mean, we'll be there in like an hour or so.
I mean, did the message say a meeting point to meet them?
Not necessarily, no. She just let you know that they spoke with the lizard folk, and they agreed to throw down.
We can also add the Nereid to them now.
If you guys wish to say something to it, the bird will fly. It obviously will. It has to fly, so it's going to take a while to get there. But
yeah,
you do know that if you were to say something, you need to get closer. So you guys postulating whether or not this works isn't going to be in the message unless you get really close. And you do know it's a limited message, probably like 2 sentences, 3 sentences.
I'll stand up next to the bone bird. Freed the Nereid Natalia. They agreed to join us in the fight. We'll tell you more when we arrive. Hopefully this message comes before we do.
Where should we meet? Where should we meet?
I mean, we're going to her house.
All right.
We can ask her there.
You know she ain't going
So-
anywhere.
yeah.
So it probably got about half your sentence there, Sarabi, until its beak just kind of clamps shut. It goes, turns around, and it just shoots off into the distance.
Where should?
Remember, don't what? Precisely.
Yes.
Fine.
Make sure
Chances
you
are we'll
never,
beat it
ever,
anyway. Taking the tunnel.
All right, the plan is to take the
tunnel.
plan is to take the Nereid
To
tunnel.
the island. To Buff Morta.
All right, as this is one of the farther points, this is an 8-hour shaboozle to get there.
Do we get to do anything in those 8 hours, by the way, or is it like...
You're basically comatose, is what they told you. They said, don't be scared. You're just kind of out of it.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be like a long rest.
Nice.
Will it count as a long rest?
Does it count as a long rest?
Your character is literally doing nothing and effectively sleeping, so yeah.
Nice.
Sweet.
Sure, we'll do that.
Free long rest.
Alrighty. And with that, we're able to jet on over across the island in 8 hours' time. Yep.
Long resting.
Go ahead and slap that long rest button. My god, I realize how many NPCs are sitting here on the boat. Holy shit. Like, why are there so many people here? Because you found Charlie. Good job.
We should have asked Natalia if she knew anything about the massive creatures in the ocean here. Yeah, it's fine.
I forget. Wasn't there a spell you wanted me to swap to?
Yeah, but I don't think it matters now. I think it was banish, but you don't get it until 4th level. Or was it locate object?
I don't remember what it was.
Locate banish.
Yes.
Locate banish? My favorite spell.
Banish object.
Apparently banish Daniel. Where did I put him? There he is.
Why would you banish Daniel?
I mean,
Where's the long rest button?
I can effectively banish him with it's on the utility.
just do the drop down utility. It says long
Oh, I
rest.
see it.
Yeah, just do it there.
I can effectively banish Daniel anyway, as part of a standard action.
Yeah, technically.
I can send him back to his home plane, which is weird because he is technically from the plane of elemental air, but he's also from this planet.
From
From Earth. Well,
Or
it's not Earth. What is the planet called? Alcastria? Or is that just a continent?
Oh, the realm is Alcastria. The planet, the R star.
It's called Heidelin.
Oh,
oh my god.
that was something really spoilery. It's actually side note. She was playing through the story with her sister, and she's like, "Oh, that's Heidelin." She's just like, "Okay," and then the crystal's like, "I am Heidelin." She's like, "Oh, this is where they reveal it. Never mind. You didn't know that before. Spoilers." Anyway,
That's
So
Mommy
yes.
Crystal.
How
I know,
dare you,
right?
spoiler.
that's our mother.
Yeah.
What do you mean? It's a crystal. It's technically a spoiler. Oh, never mind. Just play the game.
Hi, Mom.
Oh, hey, Mom, how you doing? Looking big and beautiful, as usual. Alrighty, it's going to be about midnight by the time we get here. You guys have indeed long rested. They're all juicy and set. And technically, this was... I'll go ahead and move the little area so we can see the little chibi. She's looking real adorable. But
Are
it's,
we in day 21 now?
we are
technically?
indeed... Yes, this is now day 21.
Yes, if you want to go get a snack, you can hop by the outpost before you go.
This is
Oh,
true.
I will. Wait, is the outpost closer or
snack.
Bavmorda
it's
closer?
it's the other way.
Literally, they are both 4 hours away. So the outpost is south from where you guys are, and Bavmorda is west from where you guys are.
We'll go to Bavmorda first, but just know I'm starting to get twitchy. Especially knowing food is so nearby.
Scary.
I mean, do you want to go above water to your current state?
I'm still sane, thank you very much.
Are you sure?
Not when you sound like
Yes!
that.
Let's just
Yeah.
go!
Maybe you'll meet a handsome ogre.
She needs a Snickers. You're not you, and you haven't had your Snickers.
That's a strange looking Snickers that she needs.
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay. It's a sweet little snack.
Man,
Alrighty.
just a bite in it, please.
Please don't. So, Bavmorda first?
Yes.
Maybe
Alrighty.
Sarabi can go solo to the encampment if she wants.
Technically, you can.
Split the party. What can go
I
wrong?
will go with you.
I mean, like I said, you technically can.
I will go with the party.
That sounds like a threat.
Hmm.
It's a good thing I haven't told her that Daniel actually has a human form.
What?
Alrighty. In 4-ish hours,
he
you
can
guys
take
are
any
able
form. He's an
to...
air elemental.
Yeah, boy. You guys are indeed able to arrive at Bavmorda's hut. It'll be 4 a.m. by the time we get there, though. You don't see any of her sons roaming about. She probably has other means of guarding this little base for now. How do we approach? Do we just walk on up?
I mean, she'd probably be sleeping still at this point, wouldn't she?
Most likely.
Would
knows,
kinda
though?
rude to just walk in,
Technically, if you guys want, you can hit the camp first, then come back this way.
This is true.
You want to do that instead?
That would make it a 12-hour journey total, right?
Before by the time you got there, and then 8, well,
Would be
yeah,
noon. Yeah,
Yeah,
would be noon when we
it-
get to Water.
be noon to get back to her.
Yeah, sure.
We're on there anyway. And we know the camp functions at all hours of the night. Surprise, surprise. You guys see over the cresting hill the big old elf boobies that guide our way. And we know right across the way should be Mom Martell, her boat, her people. And dear God, her avenue has expanded by quite a bit. She's definitely building for the long haul. You see plenty of workers.
Expected that.
They've mostly completed whatever it is they're working on. There's plenty of minecarts now. They're fully constructed. They haven't necessarily laid down track just yet, mainly because they're trying to, go a bit further than this. But they have many storage warehouses now.
Is there somewhere to take a bath?
Oh yeah, of course. There
I
aren't
want,
as
to go,
This is li-
I want to go clean up.
This place is literally called Hot Spring Island, Wifer.
Doesn't mean there's hot springs anywhere.
there are.
They're everywhere.
Only one of them would have cooked you so far.
I think you mean 2, but all right. I'm pretty sure it's 2.
the entire ocean in front of Svarku's volcano will cook you.
Yes. Now, to be fair, one of the hot springs was lava, so that one that doesn't count. The other one was just really hot water.
Yeah, the one near the Nereid Cave was also super hot, right?
It was pretty, yeah. One was like really hot, but not like kill you hot. The other one would
Yeah.
have basically boiled your skin off, so we don't want that one.
Yeah. I mean, there was hot mud, wasn't it?
Also, hot mud. It wasn't incredibly hot until you got to the center, though. I'm not sure if it counts as a hot spring. Hot spring of mud, I guess.
Yeah, that counts. It's a mud bath.
It's hot. There's water involved.
It's a mud bath. It's good for you.
You
It's a
can't be
spa day.
picky. Yeah, exactly.
Good for you.
Just
It's good
roll
for your
around in it.
scales.
The old ones get
Just,
rubbed right off.
Aside from the dead birds and animals that were inside it, ignore those.
Ambiance.
Right, it's gothic ambience.
You're still only sweaty.
Mhm.
Alrighty. Sarabi, seeking shelter from the storm, getting clean. Lekka and Aldrin, I know what you're doing after your bath, Sarabi, I assume, yes?
Absolutely.
All right, you're looking for some assistance. Lekka and
Distance.
Aldrin, what are you two doing?
I am looking for one specific spell scroll, assuming it's there.
Which one?
Was it Absorb Element, I believe? I think it's first level one.
If it's first level, I can almost guarantee they have it.
I just need something to replace sleep with.
Sorcerer and Wizard. Perfect.
Yeah, how expensive is it?
I don't have the price on top of my head, but it should be the standard price.
And I also need to write it in my book, which
Oh, but-
is another 15, I believe.
Yeah, but say your intent is to put in your book, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the spell scroll's 40.
Okay.
And the inscription is whatever the inscription cost is.
Was it like 10 per level or something?
Something like that, yeah. You can do like 10 for now, and then if it's higher,
Quickly
we'll
read
mess with it
copy
later.
spell into your spell book, blah blah blah. Copy from spell scroll.
And I think it's like, what, 1 hour per spell level or 2 hours per spell level? Regardless, you
50,
you have the time.
50 gold and 2 hours.
Okay.
Per spell level.
Okay, then
So that's 90 total?
90 total gold, correct. Good thing you stole from that cash. And during this
Yes,
time,
you did.
Aldrin, what are you doing?
Kind of sad that I didn't get to keep my little like statue thing 'cause it's too big. So I kind of want to have someone like remake it
Nice.
if anyone can.
Sure, you want someone to carve a statue of you?
Just like one of the like mini ones. Like
Oh,
a mini
yeah.
version of the pillar.
You
Like honestly, you might be better off going to the ogre village and having them do this.
Yeah, that's
Like
what I
carve
was
it into
thinking.
into a whalebone.
Whalebone, yeah.
We can ask Bevmorda. This is definitely
Uh,
something we can do.
I don't know if there's anything else specific I need to do here.
Anything you'd want to trade them? Because they don't really want your gold necessarily. You have a ton of shit on you now, so I'm sure you can give them something.
Yeah,
What
we have some
the
spell
ogres?
scrolls we can sell. I can't find absorb element.
I could give them the
The codpiece.
sustenance thing. Yeah,
I was thinking that.
you'll never have to eat again.
Indeed. And they're already mostly naked anyway, so hopefully it's adjustable. Alrighty, during this time, since we're actually spending some time resting, we'll just kind of encapsulate all that into the 4-hour period.
Resting. I'm eating.
Well, post rest, right?
Hmm.
We rested already.
Yeah, you rest in your bath, you eat, and then you post rest.
Yeah, I don't suppose I can sneak Charlie away, can I?
Do you wish Charlie to be your quarry?
I mean, yes, I will seek him out initially since he promised me.
Sure.
Right.
We can say
But if he's occupied or whatever, then I'll go to the next best.
He promised
So,
dinner.
did any of you want the spell scrolls that I found?
Which ones did you have again?
I have left Aganace's Scorcher, Fairy Fire, and Vampiric Touch. Fairy Fire is useful.
Yeah, fairy fire is useful.
Vampiric Touch and Aganace's Scorcher, I'm not so sure.
What's vampiric touch again? There's a few different
It's-
like vampire-y touch spells, and they're weird.
On hit, the target takes 3d6 necrotic damage, and you can regain half of that.
I'm
Yeah,
assuming that's a melee attack.
I have
Until the
that
spell
one.
ends, you can make the attack again on each of your turns. Is it concentration? Oh,
I would assume so.
it is concentration. It lasts for a minute. Yeah.
And yeah, it's
I can
melee.
use that
So
when
it's
I'm
sell
being
for a
murdered.
lot. Like, if you want it, you can have it.
I will take it.
Well, what was that other one? Scorcher?
Aganace's Scorcher. You know. Can I
It's like
link it?
a line fire beam.
I'll take it.
Imagine lightning bolt, but
Can I
second level
link these
and
things
fire.
somewhere?
remember that if it's not your class, you have to do a check before or it fails. And that's a
Yeah.
wizard spell. So for you two it might be kind of hard.
Oh, sad face.
Is-
Never mind.
Wait, is vampiric touch a wizard spell?
It's
Oh.
It's
What?
multiple,
Hey.
but it,
What do you
it is
mean?
wizard.
I can use it.
That I mean,
cleric. It might be a thingy spell. Let me check. real quick.
Warlock, wizard, death domain, and grave domain.
there you go.
So
Oh,
waifu
it's-
could use it
It's
technically.
it's only I already have it.
You
It's
are
only
neither of
certain
those?
domains
No.
though.
And you don't get a domain until 2nd level, don't you?
Just sell it. Actually, if I have to make a check, I might just fail and then it goes poof.
Don't think they go poof with Yeti's rules, right?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, you just can't use them for a while.
yeah, temporarily just shits the bed, basically. If it's level 3 spell, you need to meet or beat 13 charisma check. Well, no, not, sorry. Int or charisma, I guess, because it's also sorcerer, I think. That's not too bad for you, technically.
It's fine. I can
Okay.
go without it.
Wait, is the Scorch one the same?
It's level 2 or 3. Yeah, I forgot. One of the
No,
two.
It's a level 2
it's 2nd
spell.
level. Yeah, it's 34.
Yeah, so you just need to beat a 12. That's it.
I'll take it.
Also a lot of money.
I'll take it.
Fairy Fire is useful. So I'm keeping that one.
What check is that one? I think technically I could
I
use
think it's
Fairy Fire.
a wisdom
so
check, right? Because it's druid and
If I can use it, then I can hold on to it for now.
what is your wisdom?
Pretty good. 14.
It is something
Mine is also 14. What is waifu's wisdom?
higher than mine.
14.
Also 14.
Oh, it's all
Never
14.
mind.
So it doesn't matter who takes it.
All have 14 wisdom.
I have a
Yeah.
better chance to keep concentration.
This
That-
is true.
That's a good point.
That is more
I have
important.
a really good chance to keep
You're-
concentration.
You're also in more physical range, though, is the issue.
Or I'll be hit more, but the likelihood of it dropping is
Yeah.
pretty low.
I mean, what is your
Unless I
concept?
die.
What is
So it's advantage. It's +2 with advantage.
I have a +5, but not
And it's
advantage. Wait, how do you have
On top of
advantage?
that, Warcaster.
Oh, nice.
And then there's also Bless and the other thing.
I mean, you would want to have Bless on.
Well, actually,
then
I
we
can
can
have Bless.
Fairy
with
Fire.
that. Yeah.
So Robbie can bless.
What's
True.
Sarabi's con save?
Not great. She's dropped many a
Yeah.
spell, unfortunately.
Give me
Yeah, I
a
have.
spell.
The
Really
thing
makes
is,
you miss Kiara.
Yeah,
assuming we are using this for Svarku's fight, and we aren't fighting him outside, I can't use my big spell anyway, because it's concentration based. So I don't mind concentrating on it.
But don't you have to make the check to see if you can even use it initially?
Yeah, but it's a 14 for me, so +2. It's only
it's a
first
level 1
right?
spell. Yeah, it's 11. That's all you have to beat. That's
It's
not hard.
11.
No,
10 plus the spell
not
level.
that hard. Rolls a 1.
No, yeah.
Waifu, did you accept the spell scroll, by the way?
Yes.
Oh,
Totally
it
didn't
took
do
you
it just
a while.
now.
And we're selling for Bird Touch?
Yeah. Unless you changed your mind again, Aldrin.
No, we can sell it.
Doesn't really matter. It has its own stats. It's DC 15 and a bonus attack bonus of +7. So if your attack is shit, it doesn't matter.
It's more so possibly wasting my turn trying to use it in the first place.
Yeah,
I would say just sell it. It's fine.
sure, we'll sell it then. Well, useful, because it can heal me for half my health. If I die in one hit, it doesn't matter all that much. Sure, we'll sell a 3rd level spell shot.
Okay.
How much did I pay for mine? Like 300 gold or something? 250? It was expensive. Was it 150? I don't know.
A level 3 spell scroll is 300, I believe. It should say it on the item under price on the left-hand side. We'll go ahead and junk it and add 150 gold to your inventory. Alrighty. So, Robbie, mark on your calendar that you have indeed been satiated.
I already did.
Excellent. It is day 21.
Wait, was I able to find Charlie?
Yes, of course. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. He was perusing around in the early morning. It's about 4 or so a.m.-ish. And he's an early riser.
Oh, he was an easy target then, wasn't he?
Indeed. Don't laugh like
was
that.
early riser a euphemism, by the way?
Could be.
I don't think so.
Regardless, Sorabi is recharged and no longer needs to devour everything in her sight and kill people. So, well, I mean, maybe a little bit of killing, but
I mean, why not?
Do I have anything else I can sell?
was there anyone you guys wanted to talk to here before y'all leave?
I mean, I guess we could update Ma Martel on our business.
Do we?
Considering that she's apparently making a deal with Svarku, it's probably a good thing if we tell her that, he's gonna die soon. I don't think she minds.
How do you choose to phrase that?
I-
Like a threat or like
More like we have...
It's just that she could warn him if she doesn't want this business to fall through. I think we need to find out what the business is first and how willing she is to keep it.
Well, considering we just released a very strong myriad.
Yeah, but I'd prefer them to be focused on Svarku, not Mom Martel's desperate attempts to help Svarku.
Like, I would phrase it in a way that's basically going like, it would probably be better for business if you, focused on your business and not so much on Svarku himself, because he won't be around for much longer. On the plus side, we'll be able to leave the island.
is that what we're going for? It's relatively vague. Are you telling her about your
Like-
plans to leave the island or no?
I would be telling her that we are making progress on being able to leave the island.
Okay.
And I guess I'll tell her about, the big ass tower. There's a lot of interesting stuff in there. A lot of stuff you could sell, probably.
Fair enough. Anything else you guys like to share? Or I guess the reverse question, anything you're intentionally keeping from her?
No.
Because the way y'all phrase it, not necessarily you're killing him. It's more so, hey, we heard something's going to happen. Just throwing it out there.
He's
'Cause
gonna be
obviously-
dead as hell.
Yeah, if you guys said it, she'd laugh. Like,
Yeah.
you guys aren't doing anything. Don't lie to yourselves.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm definitely phrasing it in such a way that, things are going to happen, and it's probably a better investment not to support him.
Are you telling her which day? Or are you just
No.
saying it's going to happen?
No.
No, unless you want to help.
I wouldn't
I-
even bother asking. Just
Yeah,
don't mention the day.
I think this is a bad idea.
Like, realistic, true.
Okay.
It's
thing
not
is-
gonna help.
The thing is, she made a deal with Svarku, supposedly, or at least we're assuming. But she's also opportunistic, and if she can find a way to get rid of him entirely and cut him out of the deal, she would. Or at least that's Leka's
Unless the deal that she made is better.
doubtful, but
Yeah.
it's not impossible. She would definitely, if we get rid of Svarku, she's gonna have to contend with the ogres. That's about it.
How does she react to this news?
I say with disbelief at first. You guys are just kind of casually saying he won't be here for much longer. She doesn't know if you mean dead, if he's leaving the island, or if there's going to be a shift of power. So you guys said it with confidence, and she has no reason not to
Well.
believe you. You guys have been here a while, but why would you just swing by with this information and just drop it on her? She doesn't take it as a threat either. She's just mulling it over.
Like, if anything, if I can persuade her more, I would say, there's more than one powerful elemental on this island.
When you share information with her, she's nodding along, almost as if to say, not I know who you're talking about, but I've heard stories. We've run into things on this island that are stronger than we were anticipating, to put it that lightly, I guess.
Oh, and if you're wondering about the crystal, it's literally everywhere on the island. In fact, Svarku eats it.
Well, she doesn't seem too off put by what you guys are sharing with her, realistically. As we said, not a threat. You're just sharing information with her. She doesn't even know if you're going to be taking part in whatever this thing is. For all she knows, you're warning her of something that's happening. But she just sort of nods along.
If anything, things I'm keeping for her, I'm definitely not sharing the fact that, that our treasure map thingy. I'm keeping that a secret.
Okay. Well, with the information you guys share, she doesn't really seem too surprised. A little shocked that, we're boasting a shift of power, but she'll keep her eyes open.
Oh,
Oh,
speaking
shit.
of,
I'll show her all the random trinkets we found.
I would have mentioned to Charlie to tell Joni that we're working on a way to get off the island.
Okay?
If she wants to help, she's free to do so.
That too, yes.
You do know that.
But I figure they won't.
So when we're playing telephone with Joni, after you finish your pillow talk with Charlie, you learn that she will help, but not in a direct way. So they'll hang back here. If there's something that's going to happen, they'll help as much as they can. But now that she's rescued her brother, she's not putting him, herself, or these people in any more lines of threat whatsoever.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah, so they'll help from a distance, but they are not going to help in the fight, period. If something comes to them, they'll defend themselves, but they are not going to the fight.
Okay.
You can tell, from your last conversation, she already feels bad enough that someone died under her watch. So
Poor Ada. She will be missed.
Ate by a frog. Womp womp.
No.
Wow.
Burns her spellbook.
Alrighty. After we share this information and learn new things, are we headed straight to Edmorda?
I think there's some more stuff to sell. At least one thing to sell.
I'm keeping everything.
Yeah. You guys can sell things whenever you want, realistically. If you discover in 30 minutes you want to have sold something, you just let me know.
I will pretty sure I don't have any use for this golden face ball, so
Aw, but it's funny.
it's great. But Leka is a merchant, and he doesn't. Well, he could sell it himself. No, that makes sense. He's gonna keep it and try to sell it in some faraway country.
That's fair. As a light reminder, you guys have a lot of just random shit on you, like crowns and necklaces and earrings and just a whole bunch of random things I said don't worry about. Now is the time you could have sold them. I would say
I'm keeping everything, but I'm going to leave it behind.
you can definitely
I would
keep
be
some stuff,
sharing
yeah.
some information about the plants we ran into and see how far or how much they have discovered. Give them some seeds for the red gold feather stuff. This is really useful for when someone's down, wakes them up.
With that information, they'll definitely keep an eye out for this plant.
I'll give them some seeds because I'm pretty sure I took like a bunch of them.
Are you actually holding on to the riches and jewels, Sarah? Because you guys did get a fair chunk.
Like random riches and jewels, I'm pretty sure I'm selling at least.
Yeah, I want to take it back.
Okay, so
Because
there's
I
enough
think
that
you
you
said. I think you said we are basically carrying a shitload of random jewelry with us at this
Correct.
point.
But I said I left it behind in camp.
Okay, that's fine.
Probably with Joni, since at this point I'm kind of intending to leave with her.
That works.
Since I know she's desperate to get off.
I'll probably sell my share at this point because honestly, I'd rather have gold. Assuming it's at a fair price at least. Like we might be on an island, but I'm still gonna get my share.
Yeah, I mean, Ma told you she brought plenty of gold with her for things such as this. I'll give you an exact gold value in a bit. Aldrin, I assume you're not keeping yours, or what are you doing with your cut?
I'm not gonna keep it.
You're not going to keep it? Okay. I'll give you guys an updated price on all those.
He has been throwing them out because I've got plenty of those at home.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. Let's be honest. Alrighty. So now we're headed up to Badmorda.
Think so? Do you want to stock up on like health potions or anything?
What do we have?
I've got
Health
1/3
potions.
level.
I have 1/3 level.
Yeah, so each of you should have
Same.
one third level.
Want to get one more or something?
Yeah, that sounds good.
How expensive are those?
Third level one specifically,
Yes.
300.
Jesus, never mind.
I could bet a third of that. So what, level 1?
Level 1 is 50. Level 2 is 150.
Can you give me a level 1, please?
Realistically,
me-
you have extra gold and such on you. Just from like having the gold. Let's see. Let's keep that floating in the air.
I mean, that's the random jewelry and stuff.
Yeah, let's keep that floating in there because you guys are gonna get a fair chunk from that. That, and on top of that, you have given her information, and that's also technically money. So I'll add all that together, and then I'll let you guys know how much it was worth, and then you tell me what you want to buy, rather than buying something you know, it's only like 1d6. It's not a very big deal with level 1 potion. So
Like, I think a few level 1s is more useful because we can just quickly get someone up from down and then heal them. Or they can heal themselves with a big potion or something.
that doesn't need work.
Yes.
Because we can wait. No, it's bonus action, and then getting someone up is an action.
Oh, yeah. Did I get my message?
Yes, by morning you did indeed get your message.
You got it while you were busy.
I mean, I wouldn't
Oh,
have
God.
noticed.
Are you responding in any way?
Oh god, no. I just had the most cursed ID.
Oh no.
I will say, congrats, little sister. What do you mean he's still alive?
That's it?
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
Oh, she can't respond until tomorrow.
Or however long it takes for it to get there.
Guys, you know my backstory? My sister's best friend died at a young age?
Yeah, I remember something vaguely about that, yes.
Don't sound so
He's
excited.
Dead.
I thought you said he was dead.
I mean, he was. Apparently he came back. He's like half dead now? She said he drinks blood.
Lekka raises a finger and then drops it. Right.
She has no reason to lie about that. What are you talking about?
And you're sure he's not, evil, eating brains?
Oh God, maybe I should have
mindless?
asked. I mean, she lost her virginity finally, my darling little sister.
Oh, that's
So-
something weird.
So I don't think he's mindless.
No, can't be.
I
Everyone
mean-
knows our
mean-
brain is down there.
Okay.
Good one.
Watch for mind devourers then.
Don't forget, Lekka gets around.
Oh,
He is a
Of course he
sailor.
does.
He has a vocabulary.
all right, that's fair.
All right, while you guys are discussing your sister getting smash, you eventually arrive at Bevmorda's hut. You see two of her sons roaming about.
I will call out to the sons.
As you call to them, they give you a wave, recognizing you. They nod up at the Blade House, letting you know she's there.
Thanks. And I'll head up.
All right, you head on up, and there's a little plume of smoke billowing out of the hut.
Is her door
And
open?
after night,
It's not really a door, it's more of just like beads, basically.
knock on the beads. just-
peek through the beads.
You can see Bevmorda is working at her table. She has something boiling and potentially burning a little, definitely intentionally, in a pot just across the way in her little fireplace. She motions, "Come on in, come on in."
Hey, Bavmorda. Did you get your bird back?
I did indeed. Fortunately, they travel overnight.
Excellent.
I notice you're physically here, though. What can I do for you? Something more to tell me?
Just wondering what the plan was.
The plan for attack?
Yeah.
Well, It's quite simple, really. Fortunately, we were able to, well, effectively gather everyone together. Not perfectly, but convince both sides that they want to work together. Yes? You do know that there were some issues with the camp. Not everyone necessarily agreed, unfortunately. But if you phrase it as a competition, those that do not wish to work with Glavrock will indeed work with him.
Excellent. That was a brilliant plan, if I do say so myself.
I'm just eyeing Sarabi at this point. Yes.
Where can you picture the Nereids joining? Because they definitely want to go into. They have sisters to rescue, apparently.
That is quite a bit more complicated. Are they aware of what has happened to their sisters over the years?
Well, apparently the one we woke up, uncursed, released, is quite powerful and was able to talk to them over great distances.
Nods along with that. Kind of okay.
So I'm pretty sure they are aware.
Yeah, I'd say they have a vague idea at the minimum.
Well, I'm sure they're quite enraged then.
Yes. Oh, I do know there aren't many of them left, which is...
Unfortunately, yes.
Yes.
Spargo has left most of them as entertainment, dances, and the such. They're weakened, so they will not be able to join in on the fight. But we're aware that some Nereids still travel throughout the island. I've not really seen many myself. I know there's a pool nearby. I can't imagine there's one far from there. But yes.
Oh no, go straight to their home, actually.
That's worth knowing. I assume that's a secret.
Yes.
If you're nice to them, they don't mind sharing the secret.
Fair enough.
Also, with their leader back, I don't think anyone is going to disrupt them.
Yeah, she's strong.
Quite
Good.
scary, actually.
Don't make enemies with her, that's for sure.
I wasn't planning on it. I have no quarrel with the
Seems reasonable.
Nereids.
No, she seems reasonable enough.
Good. Did she express interest in leaving the island?
Not so much herself, but she
Yeah.
was able to arrange it for us. And apparently she was aware of the different means of leaving the island.
Good.
The teleport rooms.
Excellent. She might know what foul magics Svarku is twiddling with up there. Hopefully, we can use this to our advantage. I can tell you that I don't see any of the ogres willingly leaving the island. Most of them would see that as giving up, of course. And they can't have that, now can they? The Goa, I would assume they are the same. But depending on the outcome of this battle, how one-sided it is or isn't, they might stay, they might leave. They seem mindless and bloodthirsty, but they are really just here for sport. They truly don't bother us much.
I mean, they do have a lot of in common with their ancestors from Shoot Hill, at least.
This is good. This is good. Somewhat predictable. We can always rely on something that removes the random factor from the equation. But yes, we effectively have our battle plans readied. It's less than a week until we strike, so there is indeed still some time. I'm sure you can understand we're trying to keep it under wraps for now. People talk. We can't have this information getting out. If Swaku's ready for us,
Oh, yeah, of course.
of course.
Is there anything you'd like us to tell the Nereids?
She's thinking to herself. Just tell them we will support them in any way we can. What was the name of their leader?
Meltalia?
Natalia.
Oh, I've heard that name before. Wonderful. Well, tell this Meltalia that we will support her in any way she sees fit. If she knows something we don't know, me and mine will have her back. So if she needs our forces, she may call upon us in battle, and we will move to her side. I cannot say much for the Goa. They're most likely there purely for the slaughter, and I won't lie, some of us will be as well. But just know that some of us are indeed paying attention and keeping an eye out.
All right.
Anything else? The three of you seem to be in a decent enough health.
Well, we're going in with them, right? Look at you guys.
I think that was the plan, yeah.
Do you have a preference
You're
who
on the
we
Hellbound.
enter with, Morta?
Oh, of course, if you enter with us, you'll be, I wouldn't even say mostly safe, you'd be fully safe. Svarku seeing his past slaves revolt against him, though I don't see him responding well to that. So, be careful. Any way you can hide upon entering, you're more than welcome to do so. Of course, you can move in with the Goa. When we see you, we'll know which side you stand on.
I mean, we're all on the same side, right?
Of course, of course. From what we gathered from the Goa, I don't see them lying. It's not their way. This doesn't seem to be some trick or trap. As I mentioned, we've had no quarrel with them. There's no reason for them to turn their backs on us mid-combat. That would be foolish for both sides.
All right, because at least for me, if I enter with someone who's not you, it'll be the Nereids, but...
You may if you wish. Like I said, we'll be keeping an eye out for them. Maybe if you're near them, you can play courier. That's always fun.
Sure, that'll work. As long as I'm useful somewhere.
The three of you are more used to this island than you think. You're more powerful and useful than you give yourselves credit for. Just be careful. Keep your wits about you.
I preen just a little.
I'd like to think so. Right.
But if there's nothing else you need of me, I was preparing a stew, among some other things.
Now, we still have some questions.
Of course.
More specifically, who was that white ogre?
She nods at that one. Says, I forgot.
Seems like something you shouldn't be forgetting.
Well, I misspoke. I did not forget about. I'm also willingly cast it aside from my mind, knowing we couldn't rescue him. I'm sure you could tell how deep he's been buried, yes?
Shackled to a wall in a cave, surrounded by elementals. Yeah.
Indeed.
Is there any significance to him, though? Like, would freeing him boost morale?
Yeah, we can go invisible for at least a short while.
Oh, if you could free the creature, that would most definitely boost our side. I mean, you saw how large it was. If that thing was screaming, charging at you, you'd piss yourself.
Probably.
Or just fly away.
That too. I will say, albinos are indeed rare. He was looked up to as a great warrior and a fighter, as massive as he was. But knowing Svarku, of course, he locked him away. I assumed he killed him.
Apparently not.
Yes, Spragu seems to not kill a lot of people.
Then again, he seems to kill plenty more.
Also true.
Yeah, true.
Anything else?
Just a random question. Are you aware of the guest underneath the village in the northwest?
I'm aware they're hiding something. When you say guest, we're going to do process of elimination. Is it an Nereid? I doubt it's one of Svarku's.
Definitely not one of Svarku's.
And not one of the Goa.
Nope.
Is it a small feral hog?
They would have eaten those by now.
Most likely, yes.
Anyway, we're on our way there. Because apparently she's opening a gateway. Or guarding a gateway of some kind.
Interesting. I've not researched it myself, of course. Not that there's much hostilities between our two settlements, but they have their secrets, we have ours.
Well, with the fight approaching, I'm sure they could share some of those secrets, including the tunnels. Would be very useful, actually.
True enough. Allow me to speak upon one topic, though. Regarding that ogre, there's a reason we don't speak of it. And if you were to rescue it, I would highly recommend you attempt to guide it in the proper direction. Don't let it completely free. Of course, send it upon Svarku, but just know that it most likely will not be taken back into the village, especially after all this time.
Yeah, it's one of those.
I'll spare you the sob story. The child was thought to be cursed, and as with folk who don't understand things, they toss them to the side, they remove them, etc., etc. The child was thought dead. Clearly it's not. It lived. For whatever reason, it was unresponsive to my cures. We thought it was sick. We thought it was cursed. Is it? I'm not one to say.
Why? Because it's pale or something else?
I'm not entirely sure. Some of the villagers got up into a little, well, a fury storm of confusion and fear, although they wouldn't admit it. That's when it was tossed to the side, abandoned in the jungle.
Aw, being an albino isn't bad.
I agree.
Being a big lumbering brute might be, though.
As I said,
Plenty of those.
just don't be surprised if some folk on our side are scared when they see it.
Now I just feel bad. I don't want to leave it locked up, but it might be worse to let it go.
I'll leave that up to you entirely.
We'll see. I mean, if there is anything wrong with it, we can find out.
Sure, I'm studying medicine.
And, Natalia is a researcher, apparently, so...
Is this quite
Oh,
true?
yeah, that too.
If you find it somewhere south of the island, it's very unlikely we'll run into it, so have fun. Just be careful. After all this time, I would assume it harbors a grudge.
I can imagine.
If it can remember, of course.
How long has it even been in there?
Let's not think about that.
Was there anything else? I don't think so, right?
Not sure. Were you planning on staying for stew, though?
Yeah, I'll save us too.
Wonderful. I made
No,
exactly
we haven't
enough.
eaten yet, actually. You have.
Well, this is a different kind of sustenance. You are glowing somewhat, Sarabi, and fortunately for you all, I made exactly enough for 6.
Yes, Charlie was lovely.
What a cute little name.
I know, right?
And as she's kind of chuckling at that, she's pouring everybody a bowl. She pours 2 more and kind of walks up and moves through the beads outside the hut, places them down, waves to her boys, then comes back on in to enjoy these 2 with you guys. All right, anyway, with that, if you guys have any more questions, you're more than welcome to fire them off at her. It's around 12 p.m. right now. Where are we planning on heading next?
Do you have an idea, Leica?
I want to go back to the village in the northwest to open the portal, hopefully. Other than that, I have no idea.
The one the Nereid's guardian? Why?
Because it was apparently part of a network, and that network is useful.
Oh, you want to connect it again?
Yeah. And also she said, what was it? Or the village said that basically some of them were in hiding because they wanted to fight. So they ran away from the village, and she might be one of them.
Because she wants to fight?
Maybe. Like, if we go in there and tell her that we staved Meltalia, she might go like, oh yes, great, I'll help you.
I guess it's worth a shot.
And if she doesn't say that, well, I'm sure she heard the call and is currently running away.
All right, well, quickly, no stops.
All right, y'all want to just shoot straight there?
Yeah.
You want to kill the boar in the meanwhile and loot his cave?
Farm the boar.
No.
But boar farm.
No.
Boar farm.
We're so high
No.
level now, wife. We can literally 2-shot it.
No. We're not that strong.
Speak for yourself.
I will, thank you.
Buff Morta said I was strong, and I'm gonna believe her.
All right, so the plan is just a straight shot to the other village?
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan. For Dunk. Alrighty, by the time y'all get there, that's an awkward amount of time.
Probably like midnight or something, right?
It'll be around midnight, yeah. We'll say, because you guys are going straight there and not stopping at anything, and you've already been to these other areas, I'll shave 4 hours off. Yeah, basically 2 for each. And you guys will get there at around 8 p.m. So it'll be 8 p.m. when you all get there.
We could backtrack to the Nereid tunnel and take the other tunnel to the north.
Right?
Shave off like an hour.
All right, so I'll have y'all move on in here. You can think over what you wish to tell her, because we have indeed reached the end of what we're planning. It is, to be super clear, it is 8 p.m. on day 21. The day of attack is planned on the 27th. It's about to be the 22nd, so anything you guys want to poke or wrap up or any places you want to go, of course, we have the Nereid tunnels to warp around. Definitely jot those down, write them down, anyone you want to talk to, any names that were weird, any specific things you wanted to, hit up. Now would definitely be the best time to consider them before things explode and go to shit. But for now, we'll pause at Village 2 and then talk to Miss Thing and see what's going on with her next week.